Hello orchid fans, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome for joining me. It's another monthly update, so we've got another month past. Time just flies by. I can't believe it's already been 6 months of 2021, and it's been 6 months from me on YouTube as well. It's just unbelievable. The time is honestly just flying by. I still feel like it's my first couple of videos. But yeah, I guess it's a great milestone. So yeah, so another monthly update. So here is my orchids. I'll zoom in and I'll actually just turn those lights off, and hopefully that will improve the lighting of the video. So we'll see if that works better. So I guess let's just jump right in and let's have a look. Okay, so I'll start from the bottom shelf this time because I feel like, you know, it's a long video usually, and probably very few people get to the end of it, so then these plants are never really seen. So I'll start from the bottom shelf and go up this time. So on the shelf I've got basically my cooler growers and my phals. So my Cubertsonia is still in full bloom. It's probably gonna stay like that for another month or so. Masdevallias, I just recently did an update on them, so I'm not gonna go through those. My Pleurophyllus dilemma, it had a new growth right here, and it rotted away, and you can see it tried pushing out another growth here, and again it's just, you see how floppy it is. So that's gone as well. So I don't even know if he's got any more growing points, so I might actually lose the plant, which is a bit sad. The leaves themselves look pretty good. You know, the fully developed ones, you can see they're not shriveling up or anything. So, and I can see that the plant is growing roots pretty well too. So I saw a root somewhere. Yeah, you can see here it's already kind of going to the edge of the pot, and I can see some roots at the base as well. So the roots are growing well, but the new growths are just not. And then my Phalaenopsis, no ID, so it's a miniature one. It's very beautiful. We've got a flower spike on it right in front, right here. It's actually developing pretty fast. About a week ago, it's only just peeked out through the crevice, and now it's already reached the full size of the orchid, and it's gonna go up. So that's great. I was worried a bit about this one because I had it for over a year, and it grew maybe 3 leaves in that whole time, and no spike. So I just was wondering if it will ever push a spike, but yeah, it's doing it. This phal has only got 1 bloom left, but I mean, it's been blooming since I think December or January, so fair enough, it needs to go at some point. And you can see there is a seed pod still growing, and I've got Senili tucked in there at the back, but we'll do a care collab quite soon on this plant, so I'll talk about it more then. So yeah, let me move up. Alrighty, so the next shelf, we can see hibiki blooms are still looking very nice and fresh, and it's doing pretty well. My bulbo just keeps pushing out new growths. You can see one growth right here, and there is a smaller one at the back somewhere as well. But I mean, it's already pushed out about 5 growths, and there is one at the front here as well. So yeah, it's just growing pretty good. It bloomed twice this year as well. So yeah, it's a busy orchid. You can see my Dendrobium nobili no ID keikis. They are so cute and so big now, and you can see this root mass, you know, from the keiki just going down into the media. I really like the way it looks, and it keeps pushing out more and more roots, and it just pretty much is covering, like, you know, the 1 or 2 inches above the media is gonna be just a mass of roots as well that are going down. So it looks pretty cool. This one here, my Oncidium Sweet Sugar, I potted it into leca maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and this pseudobulb here, it was completely, like, fully, you know, it wasn't shriveled at all. It was very plump, and you can see now it's slightly shriveled. So I added glass beads on top, hoping that maybe that will kind of keep the humidity in the pot, and the 2 new growths are pushing out new roots as well. So if this orchid dumped its old roots, then it will have a new root system very soon. So I'm sure it will be okay. But yeah, like this, the older bulbs that are behind this one, they were shriveled up when I got them, and they never plumped up. So it's just the site is not very nice, I guess. And I think this one might also not really plump up. So it's just a case of trying to get the newer ones not to shrivel. And then we've got, let me move this a bit. So these are my repotted twinkles. So this is a red fantasy, this is a cinnamon twinkle. I repotted that a while ago into leca, and it seems to be all right. This one I just repotted a couple days ago, and you know, I realized this morning that I never put a wick in there. So yeah, I don't know how that leca is gonna wick the water up. So I might need to try and wiggle through a wick, which is really not gonna be good for the root system, you know, when I will try and I'll be disturbing it quite badly, but I need that wick. So we're gonna have to do it somehow. This guy here, to be honest, I even forget its name because it doesn't do anything, so I don't look at it much. Scuticaria novaesii. I actually saw it started pushing out new growths, and there is one at the base right there, very, very small. And there is also one in the sheath of this growth. It's still so tiny, it's barely visible, but at least it's starting new growth, so that's good. Hopefully it will push on. My seedlings are kind of, you know, looking more and more sad as they go. I'll do an update on them. I need to really do an update, so hopefully I'll do it maybe in a week's time or so. And yeah, let's go up. Alrighty, next shelf up, and we've got our fresh new repots right here. All 3 are sitting here. So my new jewel orchid, the cucumarinum, and the angraecum. So it's only been a couple days, so there's not really much I can say. It's just too soon, so we can keep a watch on these, and then next month we can have a look at them closer. My mini Quinny Angel Kiss is doing super well. Look at this new growth right here. It came out from this new growth, which is kinky and very small, but this one, you see, it's a lot bigger, and the leaf is as well just so nice. And then we had this bigger growth here, and you see it's already pushing out a new growth through there as well. So it's basically got 2 directions of growth, and it just keeps pushing those new growths out every couple months. So it's very fast grower. And this must be 4th or 5th new growth in the season. So it is a young plant, so it needs to kind of establish itself and mature. So I'm not expecting it to bloom from these growths, but I think now, you know, when these growths are really kind of getting to the full size of what they should be like, I think that it should start thinking about blooms. These are my Cattleya schilleriana seedlings. So I only got 2 left now. One is this one at the back, so let me turn it around. So this one here, so it's got this new growth that it pushed out quite a while ago now, maybe about a month ago. But I can see that there is something swelling at the base, so hopefully we'll have another growth coming from that. And then the smaller piece here, it's actually got 2 new growths. So there is one here, and then another one right there. So if I try and move this leaf, you can see it there. So I try, you know, to be extra careful with this and not to move it too much, but yeah, it's so tiny. I honestly thought they're gonna die, but they seem to be all right. My Mona Chica is yeah, doing really well as well. It's got the new leaf coming through. This root is just crazy. I mean, it's so long. I was hoping to maybe get it tucked in the pot, but honestly, it's just so big, and it's very sturdy as well. It's very, even if I soak it, it's very, you know, I would snap it if I try to bend it. So I keep looking, you know, into the crevices if there is new spikes, but yeah, I can't see I can't see any spikes coming out of there. So yeah, I keep hoping and keep waiting. My another red fantas is right there, so we just recently repotted them, so I'm not gonna go into them. My vanilla orchid, so as you can see, it's in a small pot. I didn't film it again because I just filmed this second repot and I thought, you know, it's just gonna be too many vanilla repots. So I didn't film this one, but I basically have the smaller piece in a 9 cm pot right there. And actually when I unpotted it, it already had a new root. And actually I think I can see another new root. Let me actually get it out. Oh, please don't fall. Yeah, can you see it right there? So we've got a new root. I hope it's not a bug. No, it's a root. Yeah, so we've got a new root, and it had another root as well, a bit longer, but I think I kind of tried to tuck it in inside the media, so it's got all the humidity. But yeah, it looks like it's actually gonna start growing some roots, so that's very promising. And this grow point, it kind of stalled and it's not growing anymore, but hopefully if it can keep pushing its roots out, and once it has enough, then I'm hoping it will then keep pushing on that growth. So that's the smaller piece. I've got the bigger piece. I'll show you that once we get to it. And then my another red fantasy is stuck behind in there. My Maizuru, let me show you this one. I'm just so impressed by it. So the new growth, let me see if I can show you. Look how fat it is. It is just the biggest one. Because the previous growth, this growth here, it grew really big leaves compared to, you know, the previous growths. And this growth, although the leaves are not as long and as leggy, but the actual bulb is just unbelievable. So I can also see something growing in between the leaves. It's so small, I don't know if it will come on film, but I mean, I don't know if this is a sheaf or not, you know, I'm not, if it gives me flowers, that would be amazing, because I've not seen the flowers online anywhere. So, but yeah, if it would bloom, it would be amazing. So yeah, let's keep going up. Okay, next shelf up. So we've got my Tolumnia. As you can see, I actually raised them like that to get them closer to the lights, and I think at least on this one it worked, because look how kind of purple it got. Let me see if you can see it. Yeah, so do you see how these fans are now all purple? So that's what Tolumnias should look like. They shouldn't really be like just dark green, because that means it's not enough sun. So and that's what they always look like, you know, when they were just sitting on the shelves. I thought I'll try and raise them up a bit and see if that helps. So this one definitely improved, and that was Tolumnia Peach. And then this one, this is my other one. So this is Tolumnia Flyer Golden Fan. This one is still green, so there is not really much of kind of purplishness, but I think the green is a lot lighter. Sorry, give me 2 secs. I'm back. So yeah, I think that this Tolumnia is a lot lighter. The green is a lot lighter than it used to be. It was very dark green. So I think it's getting a bit more light now, but it could probably do with even more. So, but I really don't know how much more I can raise it. I mean, you know, this is quite unstable, so I just try not to kind of knock them over. But yeah, I'll see what I can come up with. And my Oceoclades, so Perrieri, is keep developing this new growth. It's kind of, I think it kind of stopped a little bit. I added more like seedling bark on top, because this pseudobulb was kind of in the air, and these are terrestrial orchids, so they want to grow the roots right into the media. So I thought maybe extra bark on top will help it a bit. And then this one, it's pushing out the new growth, and now it looks a little bit more reasonable. Look at that. So yeah, I can't wait for it to keep developing. I mean, when it started, it looked a bit odd and it split into three, and I thought, what is going on? But yeah, it looks like it's actually gonna be all right. And these are seedlings as well, so it's gonna take a while for them to establish. My Dendrobium pseudo-equitans, I repotted it recently. I took it off the mount. I can see that the new growths are still establishing there. They're so tiny, it's difficult to see, but yeah, they're still green. The new roots are going down into leca as well, so I think, hopefully that it will be happy now. I mean, I feel quite bad for this plant. My Gojo Fukurin is doing pretty well. My Codes Petola is just growing and spreading in that pot. My Leptotes bicolor, I don't know if I may be showing this every month or not, but I'm just so happy with this plant. I mean, it got so much abuse from me when I got it, and it was just, it almost died. And can you see this new growth at the back right next to the label? This is, I think, the second growth from this piece. There is two pieces in this pot. And then right on the other side, so this piece here is new as well, a new growth, which is also the second growth this season. There was one that this one came out of, so, and the roots are pushing down as well, so I'm just so happy that it actually didn't die. I thought it might, you know, sulk for a year or so and not do much, but no, it seems to be pretty happy in there and growing really well. So let's quickly go look at the top shelf, and that will be us. Okay, so this shelf I think looks the most changed since last month, because I got rid of my biggest plants, and basically I filled this shelf with kind of other plants that were down in other shelves, but I think they will probably appreciate a bit more space, so I thought this shelf will be more suitable. And I hope you can see right in the corner my Psychopsis mariposa free lips. This is its, I think, third or fourth bloom now. So it's, yeah, it's just keep pushing blooms. Sorry for the jiggle. And then my Paphiopedilum blackjack. Oh, I'm so excited about this. It's got a bloom coming. Do you see this bud? So yeah, it's pushing up. It's actually moving pretty quickly. So and it's got the new fan as well right in front of it. So once that develops, we will have another bud, but that's gonna be next season. But yeah, I'm so excited. I can't wait for this one to develop and bloom. And then we've got my Olophia petersii. Oh, sorry for that jiggle. Right there. It's got the tiniest new growth on the side, on this side here on the right, and it's so tiny I won't be able to even show it to you, but I'm actually so happy it's woken up and it's doing something. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And then I've got my Burana twist. Let me try and pull it out, because look at this new growth. Look how huge it is. This leaf, I mean, it's probably bigger than anything on that established growth. And look at how shiny they are. Oh, I love it. So yeah, it's keep pushing new leaves and it's developing really well. It started growing new roots as well. So yeah, seems like it's gonna be a happy plant. Again, this was another one that I wasn't too sure about, because there were two plants in the pot and the smaller one is already in the bin because it was just seemed, I don't know, it's maybe virus or something, but because they were both in the pot when I got them, I thought if it's a virus, both of them might be affected. But this one, if it's got it, it doesn't show any symptoms, so you know, I'm happy with that. My Lycia primulina, it still keeps growing, so you see that big spike. It's not a spike, it's a leaf, but look how spiky it is, and it's so long as well now, so tall. So yeah, it's keep pushing it up. And my Dendrochilum benzalii, somebody asked me about it, so here it is, very vigorous, very healthy. I actually burned some leaves on it. You can see these black tips because it was sitting on the lower shelf, these leaves were actually touching the lamp, and they got burned. So that's why I moved it up, and it's got a million new growths. I hope some of them are maybe spikes, because some of them have like dark tip on them and some of them have green tip. So last year they all had green tips, so I'm just, I'm hoping that maybe the ones that have dark tips are actually flower spikes, but we'll find out soon enough. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I got my new tripod, and it's a lot bigger. It is a lot more sturdier, but I keep kicking it, so I still jiggling the camera around. And yeah, here is my second vanilla. So again, I potted it back in a 12 centimeter pot, put it back on the same trellis. So seriously, I moved it around so much and it went back to where I started. So, but the reason I repotted it was it had another 3 or 4 leaves like yellowing and dropping off, and it just seemed like a very unhappy plant. It doesn't get a lot of light right now. I try to kind of turn it this way so it just gets a bit more light, from this lamp. But yeah, it does seem actually happier here, and I like it more as well that it sits on my shelf rather than next to it. It just feels like, it's getting better care, and it's just got a bit better environment. I wonder if it's maybe, when it was sitting next to the shelf, maybe it was getting a draft, sitting on the floor or whatever, but it just did not seem happy at all. And here it kind of all problems just stopped. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And that's it for today, guys. Ollie wanted to join you and say hello. He's growing really fast. He's absolutely huge. I can barely lift him now. So yeah, that's it for June. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good day and happy growing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.